Howdy y'all, welcome back. These windows popped open, it's a warm one today. There's a little breeze out here. Oh, hot. Well, I'm out at a free campsite, which is nice, but it's currently 90 degrees, so it's a little bit warm out here. A low of 80 or a low of 64 tonight, so shouldn't be bad. Of course, as usual, that's not till like 6 o'clock in the morning, but we're chilling. Got the van pretty well cleaned up after the last video. There is one little spot on the back I need to clean a little bit better. But today I was over at Brock's shop for a while and we were working on the truck, so that's going good. We got the rear gears in, still need to do the brakes on the rear, and then obviously the front diff needs the gears put in it, but that's chugging right along. So hopefully within like the next week or so we get that done and I'll have the truck back for some truck camping, because we haven't had that for a couple of months now. And then what else? Oh, I stopped at the wrap shop today and got measured for graphics and whatnot. So we're gonna see what the graphic designer there has. I gave him some reference photos and we'll see how that turns out. This thing goes in for like a buff second week of September, and then hopefully we can get the graphics put on the next week. We'll see how that turns out. They said to not get it waxed or like ceramic coated or anything, because that doesn't help with the adhesion on the graphics. So we might need to get it buffed, then get this stuff put on, and then take it back and get it waxed or whatever he wants to do. I'll leave that up to him because he knows how to detail cars. I do not. But other than that, we're just chilling, making some progress on things. As far as the boat, I probably should get that started again. I'm gonna go pick up a couple new batteries and I'm gonna fiddle with it a little bit more to see if I can get that motor to idle before I take it into a shop and pay that bill. But we'll see what we can do. I think I'm just gonna end up having to take it in, so we'll probably get that started right away too and just knock it out and try to get all these things done that I've been wanting to do, you know. But for now, we're chilling and the breeze feels good out here. It's a pretty chill spot. There's a couple of spots, campsites right here, and that's it. There's these 3 back-end spots. We do have a crusty old fire pit back here, and we'll probably try to just burn all this since it's laying here. And this thing is full of garbage. Oh, it's full of water. Is that? How come that doesn't drain? Well, maybe we won't be using that because I don't know. I guess I could dump it out. I guess there's a nice view back there. The bugs are being noisy. What is that? Looks like somebody's tent or something. Yeah, it looks like a awning or something laying there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but other than that, just chillaxing. Got something good for dinner tonight, and I'm just gonna hang out for a bit. grab another drink. Got one that was sent in. Find it in here. Sure, it's way down on the bottom. So this was sent in on the last live. There was a few drinks that came, and one of them had broken open and got everything in the box nasty. There was some other stuff that wasn't edible anymore, but save this one. It's a late one, ale 8, a late one, I guess is how you say it, orange cream. And he said this was like from down south. We'll see if it says on here where it's from. Kentucky. The secret's in the bottle. In 1902, my great uncle Lee began producing flavored soft drinks on Main Street in Winchester, Kentucky. In 1926, he introduced Ale 8-1, a ginger and citrus soft drink at the Clark County Fair. 4 generations later, I still blend the secret recipe from his handwritten notes. Taking inspiration from Uncle Lee's innovative spirit, we combine this secret Ale 8-1 recipe with vanilla and orange to recreate a smooth, nostalgic soda. Fielding Rogers, 4th generation owner. My hands are all wet. Make sure none of that. There was some mold in there, in that box that this came in, because whatever I busted open had been sitting in there for a while, but I washed these off. They should be good. Just make sure there was nothing on the lip there. That's good. Not too strong. Definitely sugary. Not used to that. I don't think this has any caffeine in it. No artificial flavors. Tastes good though. And I love it that it still comes in a glass bottle, you know, in a world of plastics that we live in. That's nice. Get out of here. All right, y'all. Bugs are loud out there tonight. And I'm right next to a tree, so there's probably a bunch of cicadas in that tree. Let me get my lights plugged in. I had to charge my batteries up. Lights, camera, action. And the fan in the window, and I need to turn this one on because it is warmish. Why does it not feel like those are as bright as they should be? I don't know. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like they're as bright as... I don't know. Well, I enjoyed the sun going down and hanging out, but I haven't made any dinner yet. Like I said, I had originally planned to cook over the fire tonight, but did not make it that far. So I guess we gotta cook in here. How am I gonna do this? I don't know if I'll be able to run. I need to buy a frying pan, so I need to use my hot plate. And I don't know if I'll be able to run my hot plate and these lights at the same time, because the hot plate uses 600 watts and it's a 600 watt box. These obviously don't use much power, but I guess we're about to find out if we can do them both at the same time. I don't know if I'll have enough cord to do all this. Of course, it's got like the world's shortest cord on it. I don't know if I can reach. There we go. Sure to turn that wattage down. Alright, what we're going to make tonight is a maple spam omelet. So I got this maple spam in the P.O. box. I can't remember if I've had the maple spam before or not, but I figured making breakfast with it would be good. So we've got ourselves some maple spam. We've got shredded pepper jack cheese, some chopped up jalaps, some leftover green chilies. I got 1 orange pepper and some mini Bella mushrooms. Probably way more than we need, but this is what we're doing. That's breakfast. And 3 eggs. So a little 3-egg omelet action tonight. Plate. Can probably just chop the pepper up on that. Should be fine. And might need a pot holder. Oop. Oil. Glad I have that. I didn't even think I'd bring any. And a spatula. Should be good to go. So I'm going to cook the spam up first, and I'll probably toss the veggies in there, the mushrooms and the pepper, after the spam cooks for a little bit. And then we'll take all that out and then toss it into the, get the eggs going and then toss it in. So we'll grab that for the mix. All right. Moth. Well, we'll just do it this way again. It's the easiest way to get your spam out. Get out of here, moth. How much do we need? That much. Like so. And I got a little piece. Guess we'll try that. You can definitely taste the maple up in that guy. That's a lot of maple action going on. I'll just chop this up a little bit. Maybe dice it into squares. That's really good. Yeah, I don't think I've had this before. But that's tasty. Alright. Here we go. Here's our test. Didn't even dim the lights. Shouldn't take too terribly long to cook this up. Probably going to use most of this guy. So I have a bad habit of, if I take it home, I don't use the rest of it. I can smell the aroma of that already. It smells really good. You love me some Spam. Should have brought the Spam book. I received a Spam like history book with all of these. I believe it was Terry Ray that sent it all in. Terry always hooks it up with all the food on the lives. It's gonna be way more peppers than we need. I don't know how we're even gonna fit all this into an omelet. This might turn into a scramble. It might have to be a scramble. But I don't think I'm gonna get all of that into an omelet. Yeah, I think we're doing a breakfast scramble, boys. And some shroomies. Probably also more than we needed. Toss just a little bit of oil in here. And I guess since this is how we're doing it now, we're just gonna put our we're gonna put some green chilies right into this. Let those cook the flavor in there. Bam. Now the $10,000 question is, do we just crack the egg straight into this? Or do we actually take this out? I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm just cracking the egg straight into it. I think it should be fine. And you gotta believe it's gonna be fine till it's not fine. Isn't that some like famous quote these days? Because what does it really matter? It doesn't matter. And I guess we might as well just put some jalapenos straight into it, right? So that's how we're rolling. Couple spoonfuls of jalaps to make the world go around. Alright, I think that's about done. Doesn't look terrible. Not quite as presentable as an omelet would have been. especially for the camera, but it's all going to taste the same. And that looks nice and hearty to me. So I'm going to shut that guy off. Yeah. Didn't turn out too shabby in my opinion. We've got a little bit of hot sauce to go with this. Some Rockies bacon hot sauce. If you can see that. I do feel like I may have had this before, but that came on, I believe, the last live stream also. So we're gonna give that a try on here. We put it on our plate, if we can fit it all on there. Not too shabby, and I didn't completely ruin my pan like I tend to do with scrambles. All right. Pepper jack on top. Can't forget the cheese. There we go. I suppose I could have put the cheese in it and melted it, but it'll be fine. I think we're going to rock a spoon on this one. Well, what do we got? You can absolutely taste the maple in that. That Spam would be really good for a breakfast sandwich. Where are the mushrooms at? Big old mushroom. That is tasty. I like that Spam, man. If you've been watching long enough, you know I like Spam in general anyways. Probably didn't need the entire pepper in there, but could have done this over a bed of hash browns. That would have been really good also. One pan, good to go. Very good. Let's give this sauce a try. All the flavor, just enough heat. So this isn't going to be a super spicy one. It's got a dripper top on there. And get a bit of bacon out of that. It's got a little more kick than I expected. That's good stuff though. Just gonna go ahead and kick it like that. Get yourself a good amount of sauce on there. Should have got some spicier cheese than pepper jack. Pretty tame. Well, the days are starting to get shorter already. Sun went down at like 8:15. But I'm looking forward to the cooler weather. Next week it's supposed to be in the 70s. So I don't know how quickly we're going to get the truck done, but might try to get the motorcycle out next week. At least one of them. I still need to put insurance on the old choppa. Get another bike out, do another bike camp, and get the kayaks back out. It's hard to be out in the sun when it's 90 something degrees out, you know. all gone in like 10 minutes. That was good. Surprised with that maple bacon or maple spam. Like I said, I really don't think I've had that before. Out of all the, maybe I have. I could be wrong. If I have, it's on a video somewhere, I'm sure. You guys will have to let me know, but I don't think I've had that before. Surprisingly good. Great breakfast meat. Like, it would be really good on a breakfast sandwich. Alright. Got to get my junk cleaned up, and got a movie I'm kind of excited to watch also. It's been out for a little while, but I haven't seen it yet. But speaking of motorcycle trips, we'll have to give this movie a watch. Let me get this stuff cleaned up and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, got dinner all cleaned up. And I said I'm going to get a movie going. I downloaded, I think it's called The Bike Riders on Amazon. And I believe it's kind of based on a true story. I'll have to see what it says on here. But it's about like motorcycle clubs and stuff. I don't know. I mean, I ride bikes. I'm not into the whole club life thing. But it looks like an interesting movie. I think it came out a couple of years ago. Let's see what this says. Yeah, The Bike Riders. It's from 2024, so last year. Jodie Comer, Austin Butler, and Tom Hardy star in an epic about a motorcycle club that begins to evolve from a gathering of rebellious outsiders into a dangerous crime syndicate. See if it's based on a true story. Yeah, it's based on the real-life Chicago Outlaws Motorcycle Club. It's a fictional film inspired by Danny Lyon's 1968 photo book of the same name, which documented the Chicago Outlaws Motorcycle Club. While the movie uses real names and loosely follows some plot points from the lives of people in the book, it's ultimately a work of fiction. So, I guess it kind of depends on how you want to look at it, but the film's writer and director drew inspiration from Lyon's photographs and recorded interviews to create a narrative that explores the world of motorcycle clubs and the sense of freedom and camaraderie they offered. The story itself in the movie is fiction, though, I guess. But I enjoy Tom Hardy as an actor. I can't say I know who the other guys are. Maybe once I see it, but Tom Hardy's really good. Get out of here, bug. Get this thing off my dang old... Look at all that hair I got going on. Just needs to get long enough. I'm in that middle stage, which is the worst part of growing your hair out. Oh, good morning. Sun's poking me right in the face. Turned into a nice night, though. Oh, man. Movie last night was good. I enjoyed that one. And they, in the credits, they showed some of the actual, like, pictures and stuff from the book. It was interesting. I mean, it was a good story, I guess, even though it was fiction. Oh. Good morning, y'all. It's all moist. Sun's just over the trees. Fog's clearing up over there. And I've got myself chocolate chip muffin. Only one left in here. May have eaten one yesterday when I got here. Look at that. Oop, chocolate chip in there. I don't know what any of those go to waste. That's a breakfast of champions if I've ever seen it. I suppose I could eat some raw Spam, but go away, fly. Dang. Sun's bright, man. I gotta say, one of the best parts about being able to do this has got to be all the sunrises and sunsets that I get to see. You know, you see them at home or whatever, maybe through the window. I know a lot of people who just miss them, you know. And, you know, I see every one of them. Like 90% of the time I feel like I'm awake before the sun's even starting to come up, just because you're hearing all the bugs. Like, you can hear the bugs and the birds in the background. And I was talking about that to my wife the other day, and I said I feel like it's louder in the van, even with all this, like, everything being carpeted and whatnot. I don't know if it's a combination of the fact that there's so much glass. The sound kind of reflects back and forth inside, but I feel like it's these pop-out windows. So, you know, on the truck, you slide the window open, it's just an open hole. But this, it's like the sound comes in, but it still reflects back and forth across everywhere because there's that layer of glass right there. So I do feel like it's louder in the van than anything else, which is wild because I know the doors have like actual insulation in, you know, stuffed in the doors, and you've got all the carpeted walls and everything. You'd think it'd be quieter. Probably with the windows closed it is, but with them open, it just, the sound just reflects everywhere inside of there. And the flies are already coming out, man. All right, I got all my junk cleaned up. It's time to get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Dinner and a movie was great, and the sunrises and sunsets are amazing as always. It feels so good to get out here. Made it this far. Thanks for tagging along, and as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.